Right, so no automatic promotion for us, but we did make the playoffs, and then we lost them. Yes, calcio FMers, it's me, FM Cheetah. You can call me Matt, and welcome back to Call of Footy Modena Warfare. And it is a sad day. We lost the playoffs against Empolil 2-1 on aggregate. A team that we beat overall during the league, a 1-1 draw away and a 1-0 win at home. But 2-0 at home, we couldn't reply to it, and we could only score one goal with the home game. So we're out of the playoffs. There's going to be Crotone and Empolil. One of those teams will be going up to Serie A and we'll be staying in Serie B. So instead, we're going to have an end of season review. Woo! I mean, isn't that better than promotion to Serie A?
No.
No, it's not. Anyway, here's the review 2022-2023. The new arrivals. Of course, Prezzari is up the top. No surprise there. The guy who really, kept us in so many games. He was so important there, and particularly after the departure of Gagno, who was also crucially important. Thijs Jansen did manage to get some games. I don't think, or maybe you saw some of them. He did okay, given that he's pretty average. Connor Coventry also did pretty well. We could go in for a bid for him. He is out of contract, as is Prezzari, but it'll cost us, and we'll still be in Serie B. Hendricks as well, great performance. He was one of the stars alone. It's a shame that his right back partner wasn't as good, and really, when you look at just from a raw attribute point of view, Hendricks is definitely the star of the two. Just want to have a quick look at the loans out to Fabio Abiusu, our young 20-year-old striker. Had a great season away at Albino Leffe. 6 goals, 1 assist over 6 appearances, but 10, I think, from the bench. So, yeah, not too bad. Ingegneri, well, his contract finishes up. He obviously had a decent time at Triestina. We won't be renewing the contract. We need to refresh for next season. And Romeo Giovannini, 6.95, 18 appearances, 4 goals, 5 assists. It's not terrible. It's for a 21-year-old out there trying to improve. I'm not completely unhappy with that. Quinton Seedorf, the 22-year-old winger. That's interesting given that we have been playing wide players. Ada Foggia, 21 appearances, 2 goals, 2 assists, 6.93. Not a lot of assists there. Given that that's essentially his role. And, not that many goals there. The season's results. Well, we were asked to avoid relegation. We well and truly did that. We challenged for promotion. That's outstanding. The average home attendance was almost 11,000. And we want to try and get that up next season to, close to sort of 15. We have a 20,000 odd seater stadium here. That'd be important. Roberto Gansei was our top scorer, 14 goals. I think part of the drop-off toward the, certainly in the last sort of third of this season, was Roberto's lack of form. And we were really reliant on the learning coming in and putting some goals away for us, but unfortunately not enough. Fourth place, great. Much better than fighting for relegation. And given that Verona and Monza are gone and either Crotone or Empolil will go, I think that leaves us with a decent chance. Although Brescia will really hurt us. And obviously one of those two teams in Crotone and Empolil will stay down here. Given the performance this season, we'd be hoping for at least playoffs this season. Maybe we can score that second spot. I don't know we can get first, but we'll see. Moments to remember. Our biggest win, 5-1 over Cosenza. Do I remember this? I don't know. The match to remember was a 2-1 win over Monza. That I do remember. That was an important win. And the goal of the season was scored by Mosti, of all people, 76 minutes. A top draw goal from the Caronini attacking midfielder. Powerful hit from 23 metres. Seems like they're always like that, doesn't it? The finances, well, they're all up from last season, except for competition prize money. Our finances aren't great, let's be honest. Not good at all, and that if we're ever going to bring in some decent players, that needs some addressing soon. In terms of merch, Stromalada, Ogensei, Tulisi, Politik, and Haneljack. There you go, Haneljack, was in the top 5 shirt sales. Given that he was a January bringer, that's pretty good for the midfielder. Yeah, nice to see those numbers up, but given that, last season we were in Serie C and now we're in Serie B, well, you'd expect that, wouldn't you? How we lined up, really no surprises here. 4-2-3-1, everyone here in their positions. Yeah, okay, so Denzel Horn over Majoni, that's interesting. But of course, Silvestri, Baroni, Hendricks, Deli and Armelino in the centre of midfield, Tramalato in the hole, Tulisi and Bermeo either side, with Ogunsay up front. Did as well. If you look at the average ratings across the board, I mean, that seems pretty right. There may or may not be some players who at the end of the season ended on a 7 who aren't in this list, but it was probably because they played 1 or 2 games and they did well and all, and that was it. And it was probably not a lot of expectation in those games. So the accolades you'll see, no manager awards for me, none at all. But Tommaso Silvestri, fans player of the season, he must be. What a legend he was this season. Whenever he was out, we were in trouble. Young player of the season was Plazzari. That makes sense. And the signing of the season was Dennis Politic. Okay, well, he was one of the few signings we made, so I guess that makes sense. Mosti, we know, got goal of the season. We know Ogunsay with top goal scorer. Tremolada with most assists, 10. Terrific. Most player of the match awards would have to be Silvestri, of course, and the highest rating is Silvestri. Castiglia, a player who didn't feature that much. Most passes in completed in 90 minutes, 79. So, yeah, did we miss an opportunity there for the 34-year-old? I don't know. Perhaps we did. Record breakers, most goal by a player in a match, 3, Ogunsay. And most goals in a league match, 3 by Bermejo. I remember that. It was the game that he finally kind of stepped up. And of course, Silvestri would have to have most player of the match awards with 5. Fastest goal, Ogunsay. You remember that? 17 seconds? I do remember that. That was an amazing goal. And that was our season. Now, we've got some initial budgets here. Let's check that out. It's not really going to be much, is it? Wage budget of 130 and 67k in the transfer budget. Okay, Loan FC, I guess. So we're going to have a vision and expectation meeting. Let's just have it. Sure, why not? So a bunch of favoured things. Yes, play defensively solid, play possession, high tempo. So these are new, really preferred. Signing players from local leagues or the domestic game. Okay. So we either have to drop possession or high tempo. We won't be able to drop both of them. What would I want to drop? I think I would want to drop high tempo, but of course what we'll do is start negotiating by removing both of those, and we'll drop high tempo, remembering that both of those were just favoured. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of favours there. I'm not too concerned of that. Minimum 2-year contracts for first-team players. Let's have an end-of-season team meeting. There we go. Long season. You'll have a good break. Come back fully refreshed. I'm already looking ahead to next season, defining avoid being in a relegation battle, mid-table, aiming to finish. Should we go for the mid-table? Everyone's satisfied. Cool. Brilliant. That's just what I wanted to hear. Enjoy your breaks. Good. Everyone's encouraged. I mean, no. Do I expect mid-table? I expect better than that. That's for sure. Now, where do we want to go and have our training camp? Okay, so it's all here. Oh, Angola. Yeah, don't think I want to go to Angola. We get to choose where we go here in Italy. Emilia-Romagna. Of course, let's do it. You have to go. The red heart of Italy. There we go. So Renzetti, Ciofani and Giulnelli all finishing up, and we're being advised not to offer new contracts. I mean, that looks right. We know Ciofani and Renzetti won't be offered new contracts. Giulnelli, well, I guess so. I mean, yeah, no. So here was the squad by average performance. We said there were a few players who didn't feature that well. I mean, Coventry, actually, I tell a lie. Connor Coventry, he played well whenever he came on. There he is, number 4. And, of course, we talked about Thijs Janssen. So, everyone in the sevens featured in, the team of the season. Coventry didn't, but yeah, I mean, quite a few games, played well enough, picked up a goal, 12 appearances, 4 off the bench, and he got quite a number of assists as well. Again, look, a guy we can offer a contract to. The question is, do we want to? Given the stage of development, he's 23. He's got a little bit of potential. Not at all a bad player, but we have a lot of midfielders we never played. And I don't believe any of them, their contracts are out right now, if we sort by contract. So the contracts are Renzetti, Ciofani, Castiglia is the loanee, who again didn't play a lot. We can approach to sign him. we might want to think about that. Giulianelli, as we said. Ballarbi, he's going back, and obviously we don't have an option to approach him, but that's fine. Delhi, no option to approach. Do we want to bring him back? Well, I would think so. And again, there won't be any option to... Maybe we can throw an option to buy at the end of the city. Ghezi's coming in. We picked him up on a free. Denzel Hall, he'll be going back to Feyenoord. Plazzari is the other player we want to think about signing permanently. So, Plazzari, Castiglia, but Castiglia, he is 34 years of age. And if we have a look here, this is pretty poor. Maybe we don't sign Castiglia, but we do sign Connor Coventry instead. That probably makes more sense. Bermejo, I don't think we can sign. No, I've even forgotten where we sourced Bermejo from Verona. Okay, so he's going up to Serie A next season. They may want to loan him back down here, whether we want to keep him. I mean, again, decent performance. Not great. Did have the odd fantastic game. If we go back here and have a look at that view, he, in the end, 6.88. Yeah, that sounds right to me. There were times he was weak. There were times he was great. But that was the same for the two wide front players. Sometimes they would just disappear from games. Obviously, that's tactical and, really reflective of my ignorance more than anything else, I would think. So we've got signings to think about. Now, next season, Serie B. Obviously, we'd like to get promoted. That's the aim of the game. But I've got to be honest with you.
You want honesty?
I'm starting to struggle with this save a little bit. I have yet to feel the connection. I was really, really excited about this Modena save, but I just haven't felt it. So I think I'm going to take a little bit of a break. But hey, no fears. There is a save coming to you right now, in fact, a new save that'll freshen me up, hopefully, and I might return to the Modena save, next week. Who knows? But I do think I need a little break to see, do I miss it? Do I not miss it? That sort of thing. It never really sparked my imagination. I don't know why. And while I was doing the save, I was having a lot of sort of thoughts about what will we do? Do I need to just go somewhere else and maybe start in Spain, where maybe I felt a closer connection? I don't know. And then just out of the blue, as I was scrolling through the Twitter, I saw a tweet by the FM Editors account. Someone had just watched, I Believe in Miracles, the Clough Forest story, and just on the whim said, is it possible for someone to do exactly what happened with Cloughy and Forest, take a team up, make them win the top flight, and then make them win 2 European titles in a row? And, you sort of go, is that possible? And then you sort of go through the leagues and think, well, maybe not in English football, but, could you do it in Spain? Well, probably not. Could you do it in Italy? No, that's pretty unlikely. France? No, PSG. And I thought Germany, maybe. Hamburg maybe, but really, Bayern are just like PSG. That you can't knock them off. So, trying to do exactly that really in today's football, given the money, is impossible. Having said that, I was chatting with Josh and FM Lama, just sort of getting some feedback about the idea. Thanks to you guys. Wonderful.
You rock.
And there was a suggestion that rather than just kind of do it so directly, exactly, could you in fact beat Cloughy? Could you in fact win more things than he had won? And I thought, yeah, that's not a bad idea. Could we take Forest and in that same period of time, which is about 13 years, win a Premiership title, 2 European Cups, and about 4 League Cups? And they have 1 FA Cups as well, but not on a Cloughy. I thought, yeah, that kind of sounds like fun. I like it. I like a ticking clock. That's dramatic. And yeah, it's a kind of bit of a challenge it's 13 years. We don't have to do it in 3 seasons. And it gives you time to really grow a club, assuming we can stay in a job. So yeah, hence was born Conquering Clough. So you'll be enjoying that hopefully right now, if not shortly, on the channel. Probably twice a week, Tuesdays and Thursdays, and you can enjoy it. And I can enjoy it. I can still have fun. And if I'm feeling refreshed and want to come back to Modena, if I'm thinking, what about that Modena save? We'll pop back. So I do really appreciate your support through the series. It's been wonderful. It's just me. It's not you. It's me. And it's not you. It's not you, Modena. It's not you guys, it's me. I think I need a break. But I couldn't take a break from FM because, obviously there's a chip in my neck that would explode if I did. So, thank you again. Thank you so much for joining for the series. Hey, for now, it's just ciao, not arrivederci. We'll be back. We will be back. I have no doubt about that. And hey, don't forget, Conquering Cloughy. Check it out. I think you'll enjoy that first episode. Until next time, ciao tutti.